Hey everyone, it's Libby from Maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people. It's WORIMI, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the universal energies. Right, I was just having a look at the meeting with Mark Arute in the Oval Office. The felon was already seated before the press was brought in. Arute was up and down out of his chair. The felon didn't stand up at all. Didn't have a look at his ankles or anything like that. Wasn't terribly interested. And I'm sure they were probably covered up, made sure they were covered up. But there for 45 minutes. Oh, goodness me, Ruto was very bit tight-lipped on certain occasions when the felon was yapping on about how the US is the hottest country in the world on the world market and all the rest of it. Then the felon at the end said, right, that's enough, see you later, sort of thing, and the press was sent out. So you never actually saw him get up out of the chair at all. He was sitting on the corner of the chair, looking very, Rute was sitting back in the chair looking very relaxed. The felon was sitting forward, his hands, as he often does. I don't even think he moved his hands at all. They were just grasped in between his knees like that, with his, belly between his knees, sitting on the corner of the chair. Interesting body language. I'll be interested to see what the experts have to say in regards to that. But what I want to have a look at in this particular reading, now I do recommend on Substack you follow, there's a lot of really good Substackers, Aaron Parnes, Heather Ashley, etc., in regards what's happening with the Epps Files investigations, and Rep Stainsbury's putting out shorts, constantly updating, so there's a lot of news there. But what's caught my attention that one of my gorgeous viewers have sent me is a Substack article by a producer called Last Page First. And it's a bit triggering, so I will say trigger warning right at the beginning of this, entertainment only, just if it gets too uncomfortable for you, because I find this incredibly comfortable. I usually don't talk about this sort of thing because I have seen visions, and to me it's just too much. Okay, but what I want to have a look at is this particular Substack article by Last Page First. It's titled Just FYI, the SDNY got evidence of what Epps did to a 5-year-old and responded with 2 words. So there was a lot of information sent to the Southern District New York Attorney General at the time, 2019 we're talking about a woman who had been trafficked for decades and had photographic evidence of her as a 5-year-old in, allegedly, Epstein's residence, and of being actually abused, and of being the aftermath thereafter of the injuries, etc. She described the property to a T, right down to a large adult doll hanging from a chandelier, and the ornaments around a particular doorway, etc. And she had names as well, but apparently 5 at the time. Now, a lot of people go, oh, I don't remember anything at 5. If something is traumatic enough, the mind remembers, it implants it in. So, what have we got here? They had photographs of injuries, etc., and names. So this is her lawyers. Her lawyers, if I get it correctly, were Marsh Law Firm at the time, sending them to the Southern District New York Attorney General, who was, if I scroll down, is Audrey Strauss. Now, she was put in place with Bill Barr, by Bill Barr at the end of, when was she put in place? In December 2020. to take effect in January 2021. So while the felon was still in the presidential role in his first regime, she was put in by Bill Barr, and I think she lasted about 12 months before she was dismissed by Biden. Now, why am I interested in this particular person, Audrey Strauss? So late in the night of June 19th, 2020, William Barr announced that Berman had stepped down from his position in the Southern District, New York, was replaced by the SEC chairman, Jay Clayton, in a temporary role. And Berman released a statement saying he learned of this only from news reports, that he hadn't resigned and would not. So pretty much, there were claims by Barr that Berman had stepped down, and Berman heard about it via the media and said, no, I haven't. But anyhow, regardless of that, and then Barr came out and said that the Orange Idiot had fired Berman. Okay, on Strauss was announced. Okay, so in January 21, Strauss announced a $180 million fine on Toyota for violating the Clean Air Act. She also won the 2021 trial of Ghislaine Maxwell as the Attorney General, and she served until October 2021. So I assume was removed or whatever. The reason why I'm interested in her is she was the one that was the Attorney General when Marsh, the law firm, was forwarding information, including attachments of the photographs and the documentation. And pretty much the only reply they got from Strauss was stay well. And that wasn't even, just stay well. So there was no action taken on it. Nothing was done whatsoever. Now, Audrey Strauss, interesting. Going back to her, she was married to a defense attorney, blah, 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 blah. She is a registered Democrat, which I found interesting, considering she was put in under Barr and the Orange Idiot. But her early life and education, born and raised in Philadelphia, the daughter of Russian immigrants. Now, that's not to say, but why is it that they always seem to be the children or grandchildren of Russian immigrants? So I want to have a look. Now, the reason why I really want to have a look at this is the other day at the Mack truck rally, the Orange Idiot towards the end made the fists and went, he makes that horrible, it's just absolutely makes me want to vomit. And he does that at numerous rallies. It's not his first time he's done it. The instant feeling I got, didn't listen to it, sort of scanned through and saw that bit, and it's come up in other media articles comparing it to when he's done it in the past. I have no idea what context it was, but we know he doesn't come out with anything unless there is an experience implanted in his mind. Now, I told you, trigger warning here. Remember when he was on the red carpet in Saudi Arabia and he was handed by the New York property investment duty, whatever his name was, a couple of pieces of paper that they got glimpses of. It was a photograph and it looked like there was a young female on them. Yeah, that is coming from one of his memories. I'm just going to put that out there. Because he always tells on himself when it's something horrific like that, and something that he actually gets perverse pleasure from. And it is absolutely a nightmare situation for these young people. And I'm not going to say it's just girls either, allegedly entertainment only, but this particular young woman, Nine of Swords, she is being haunted by what happened to her. And then you've got this alleged Democrat, Southern District, New York Attorney General, pretty much dissing it and not forwarding the information on. I don't even know if she forwarded it on or not. I can't find anything to say that it was forwarded on to the FBI or anything. What the federal prosecutors did, this is not the first time this pattern, I'm reading from the article, has happened to a victim in 1996. Maria Farmer called the FBI to report Epps and Maxwell, and the agent hung up on her. So therefore, she didn't say anything for another 30 years. If the FBI had acted then, could have saved thousands of victims and 30 years of trauma. So this is a statement also from Helen Weiss from the Marsh Law law firm, the Marsh Law Firm. Okay. 23 years later, the same shape, somewhere inside the Southern District of New York, a 9-page letter was lodged, forwarded, and answered. The internal routing email is also in the federal record. I think it pretty much, they just got an automatic answer bouncing back. And I just don't know. I just don't know. Okay, I'm using the Tarot Grand Lux, and as I'm poker shuffling and my guides tell me to stop and have a look, you've got this Two of Swords. The truth is coming out. The veil is being thinned. We are seeing this. We are seeing this, and it's going to be just explosive with the Tower card. Okay, so if I continue on, 14 months passed since the first letter that was sent in regards to this. She was 5 at the time. This is when Maxwell had been arrested. There was a high prosecution running against Maxwell. This was not a cold tip emailed in by a stranger. It was a sworn legal filing from a known firm with photographic evidence sent directly to the US attorney. The pattern is not one bad afternoon in the office. It is the same. Happened 23 years apart. So we're looking with Marie Farmer and now with this young lady. The article goes on saying, please do not try to understand this, try not to find this young lady. Apparently included in the filings in 2019 were screenshots of texts where she had been threatened. Her life had been threatened, so she is in hiding. So we're looking at August 2019. Oh boy, where do I go with this? I want to ask, my question is what's going to, now that Audrey Strauss has been outed, she's 78, claims she's a Democrat, daughter of Russians. Tell me about Audrey Strauss and what else has she been involved in? Entertainment only. Okay, so blah, 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 blah. I'm just reading her bio here on Wikipedia. She was a litigation partner, general counsel of an industrial corporation based in Pittsburgh, a lecturer at Brooklyn Law School and Fordham University and Harvard. Just don't know. I'm really in really different. So during her tenure as the deputy US attorney, she worked on cases against Michael Cohen, Chris Collins, Rudy Giuliani. Haven't heard from Rudy for a long time. Did he come out of hospital? Iga Fruman and Lev Parnas. Okay. Yeah, okay. So they're in 2018. So they were some cases that were supportive of the felon, and there were some cases that were against the felon. Because I think wasn't Lev Parnas bringing forward information about corruption and Russian connections in the White House. Okay, in 2018. Okay, but let's have a look. I want to have a look at Audrey Strauss. Come on down. Right, 6 of coins. Rewarded handsomely. I suspect entertainment only, allegedly. I have no proof. I only have my gut instinct, and there's some cards that I'm putting out. But I suspect she was rewarded to tip the balance of justice in a certain direction. Right, the challenge is the false victory, or the second signifier is what I call the false victory. There were some high-profile cases that were seen and heard that she was allegedly victorious in regards to. It's almost like she was a plant. Some cases that she was victorious in that gave a standing. Now, throw some cards with me as well. Tell me what you think. Am I off on the wrong tangent here? But let's keep going. At the foundation, the energy she was stewing in is the 6 of Swords, steering the boat through the rocky shoals of the legal system, trying to get it through to calmer waters. That was what she had been employed for, under the cover of darkness. And in the past is my Russian card. The Russian card. Why am I not surprised? Crowning the reading, the 8 of Cups. Job done, walked away to a new beginning. 3 cups were spilt. 2 cups spilt. 6 upright. So this goes with this 6 of Wands. Oh, 6, 6 and 6. Interesting. What's that under there? 6, all 6s. 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands, 6 of Swords. It's the 8, but 2 cups are spilt, so there's 6 cups still upright. I am going to, oh gosh, and there's the Wheel of Fortune card on the bottom. Karma coming and biting her on the backside. I'm going to put those cards down there, and I'm just going to have a quick look. I'll bring you up. I'm going to pause you, and I'm going to have a quick look at more information on 6s. Hang on a sec. Okay, I'm sure you're all yelling it at me, but I'm just having a little reading. Following conflict or instability of the 5s, the tarot number 6 brings restoration and a shift towards peace. It encourages mindful movement forward, whether that's a literal relocation or emotional shift or a mental shift. So this is about moving something forward. Importance of embracing change, honoring the journey, etc. I'm trying to find a negative position in regards to this to see whether it can tell me some more. Okay. Yeah, it's sort of not giving me an actual of the 6s, but that's okay. It's the time after the period of conflict. So, okay, this is trying to move things forward after a period of conflict. Okay, but those 4 cards, I know this is the 8, but there are 2 cups spilt. All those 4 cards are 6s. So this is about trying to move something on after a tumultuous a conflict period. Okay. The immediate future, the 3 of Cups. 2 3s. So we're on to the 3s now, the 3 of Cups. circling the wagons in the immediate future. The Ace of Swords being presented here externally, and internally is the King of Coins, the wealthy oligarchs. The truth being brought out about the wealthy oligarchs. You've got the Chariot, the movement forward, the hopes and fears. The Chariot can mean chaos. I mean, you've got this horse with his hoof over the reins, etc., trying to stop something from moving forward by creating chaos. But the other alternative is also moving something forward. So it's a hope and fear. There might be three survivors that come together. Three survivors that come together and bring this truth. The hope and fear is to sow the chaos to try and prevent it from moving forward. The outcome for Swords, death, Five of Wands, infighting, Seven of Swords, the lying and betrayal and stealing, the Hierophant. This could be the position of Southern District New York Attorney General. And then we've got the Hermit, the Nine, the Hermit investigation, the Devil. And then we've got the Ace of Wands. Fiery information comes forward, big information, big stick information, and then justice. And then we've got the Eight of Swords. She might find herself arrested or in legal hot water because there's the Tower card. The Tower is coming for her. Now, I don't care what she registers as. This was Cover Up 101 on the behest of Bill Barr. You've got the Wheel of Fortune. You've got the Three of Swords, betrayal, treason. You've got the High Priestess, the female keeping the secrets, and you've got the Judgment card. Judgment being brought. Oh boy. Okay. I don't think a lot of this is not going to have action taken on it until after the Orange Idiot passes, but these are not good cards for Audrey Strauss. Tell me about the fact that I'm getting this, and I'm not even going to make the gesture. You know the gesture that he makes. It comes from somewhere. Okay, I'm going to put those cards aside. Yeah, it comes from his memories with the Seven of Cups there, embedded memories. I'm going to grab the True Crime Oracle deck, and I just want to ask. This gesture he makes, what is it based on? A secret. Secret behind closed doors, behind locked doors, secrets. This gesture he makes, we all know what it is. He always tells on himself, but we don't necessarily connect the dots. Fake death here. Playing dead. Playing dead. And then running away. I suspect this is how these young people, I'm not going to say girls because I don't think it was just girls, these young people got out of this situation. If you're uninteresting and non-responsive, they can't be bothered with you. Let's have a look. This gesture he makes. Can you tell us about it? I don't think I'll be touching this subject again for a while. Mind control, his celebrity status. I'm famous, I can do whatever I like. The big cover up and the Devil. Yep. darker impulses, but love and regret, barrenness, legal proceedings, and serial killer. I mean, this isn't love. A regret. In the desert. I don't know where this young lady is. I don't know how old she is. I don't know anything along those lines. But you've got the abandoned camel in the desert here. This is trying to hide under the blanket, trying to forget. But you do have legal proceedings. And, I mean, see, this is what she's afeared of. If she comes out to press charges, because she's already been threatened. But yep, I'm famous. I can do anything. There was the cover up, and there was this devil. I'm not going to touch this any further. I'm not going to touch it again. A few of you keep sending me EP stuff, and I acknowledge that you send it, but I can't do that energy. I really, really can't do that energy. I popped into this one purely because I wanted to have a look at Strauss, and we're done. Boy, oh boy. The life review that felon is going to have is going to be absolutely horrific, and so it should be. It's the money trails that are going to take a lot of them down, but I'm going to tell you a lot of them have already passed over already. So it will feel to a lot of us like it's a hollow justice. Those that covered up, hopefully they'll be held accountable. Such as this Attorney General, but I mean, she's how old is she? She's 78, and we know that the system works incredibly slow, so she may or may not be held accountable. She may not make a life. She may not live long enough, and I think there's going to be a lot of disappointment and regret that the actions weren't taken sooner, because it's going to feel like they got away with it. I'm just going to say they don't get away with it. They don't. Their life reviews are going to be very painful for them. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. Sorry if that was a difficult one. I shall catch you later. Bye-bye.